Everything going all right down there, John? Moves on. Buckley will be at full forward. It's Buckley, isn't it? They've taken Lee out of the ruck, have they? Who's going to do the ruck work? Oh, here comes Lee now. I thought he'd gone out the ruck. Sevens Big League welcomes you to the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The game between Richmond and Carlton, and Richmond leading at this stage by 43 points over Carlton. And going straight into attack. The ball delivered straight downfield by Kane to the half-forward zone, where Waitman got a small hand pass back to Jess. Flying shot at goal, comes unstuck right off the side of the boot, and it's out of bounds. So a free kick going the way of Jeff Southby of Carlton. In the first term, Richmond kicked 5-5 to Carlton's 1-6. And led by 23 points at the first change. Second quarter, Richmond 5-4, Carlton 2-2. Richmond's lead, 43 points.
Big Mark Lee, who did a power of work in the first half, kicks towards half forward, where the mark is taken by Frank Marcassani. He plays on and kicks to the other side of the ground. It's a long drop punt. He's looking out there for Kenny Sheldon, close to the boundary line. He takes the ball. In fact, he takes it straight over the line and out of bounds. And David Palm, what's happening there? David Palm,
you're looking for a
free kick, I think, for deliberate, but umpire, in fact, that umpire is Nolan, said, well, we'd have none of that, and the throw-in will take place.
In the opening game of the season, 1983, Carlton beat Richmond by 60 points. 10 goals was the difference, but it looks like being a different story this afternoon.
There's a mark on centre wing to Robert Wiley, who was a star in the first half. He and Rawlings were in absolutely everything as he kicks towards centre half forward, where the mark has been taken by Bruce Stewart. He kicks to the grandstand side of the ground. Here's a race for the ball. It's taken by Hunter. He's got the loose man in Ashman. Ashman ducks back. He'll take the mark on half forward. And now Carlton looking a bit better now. Oh, it's a bad hand pass, but brilliantly trapped by English on the left foot. He goes towards goals, straight out of bounds on the full. He was hotly pressed there, and the penalty kick down there will be taken by Graham Landy, who has played an outstanding first half, playing on Peter Bazusta.
The stats for the first half of the game: hand passes 48 to Carlton 27, marks Richmond 34 to Carlton 19, and the kicks Richmond 106 to Carlton's 87. That is the reason that Richmond are leading by 43 points at this stage, which is 2.5 minutes into the third term.
The ruck duel. Lee, who has controlled the rucks today, brilliantly took it out, gave it across to Rioli. Rioli over to Ablett. Ablett up towards half forward. The bounce doesn't favour English. The ball comes off the hands of Pereira. Taken brilliantly by Rioli on the right foot. He kicks towards half forward. But waiting there, it looks like Wayne Harms is now picking up Kevin Butt.
Yes, Kevin Bartlett was a bit of a thorn in the side of Carlton in the first half. Good pass there toward Johnson. Didn't quite carry. Johnson being held, wasn't in possession. He will take the free kick in the centre of the Melbourne cricket ground.
He was probably Carlton's best player, Jack, in the first half. There's a hand pass over to Southby, who's obviously not playing at fullback. Well, it'll be interesting to see if he is, or Roach might be a long way down the ground. There's the kick coming towards half forward, punched away by Richard Murray, who has had the honour of Ditchburn being taken off the ground at half-time, and I don't think Ditchburn, Kevin, had a kick in their first half, did he? In fact, he didn't, which was a great effort by Richard Murray.
Tap out comes to the front of the pack. The wrestle goes on. The umpire said the Richmond player underneath was being held but not in possession. So the free kick going the way of Palm. The hand pass got to Wiley. I wouldn't have called it a good hand pass, but it was effective in one sense. Hunter looks for Buzasto. Buzasto, 60 metres out from goal, puts it on its way. Murray and Buckley do battle. The ball bounces through for one behind, or was it a free kick? It is a free kick to Buckley against Murray, and Murray looks in disbelief as the free kick has been awarded to Mark Buckley. So the angle will be fairly acute, the distance no problem at all, only about 15 metres from where he'll kick. So Carlton a chance to get closer now. As told you before, Carlton on 3 goals 8, Richmond on 10 goals 9. 43 points about to be changed. Buckley left foots it through for Carlton's 4th goal. He kicks his first goal. 7 big league scoreboard changes to show that Carlton are now 4 goals 8, 32, and Richmond 10 goals 9, 69.
And after the overnight rain, it's great to see the MCG looking in tip-top condition. The players have handled the ball beautifully so far in this match, and that's an indication of how good the ground is. In fact, the centre, Jack, I thought it'd be a lot muddier when we got to the ground than what it is. Yes,
it does appear that the grass sowing effort they did put into the ground has paid dividends. At the middle again, the ball put down and the ruckman come in. Lee. Jones got the tap down. It comes to the side of the pack, taken away. Richmond going back into the attack once again, has been driven down there by Kane, who's done a great job. But Harms coming into the game for Carlton to take the mark and look into the centre where Corker-Mealis and Jones wait, but the kick isn't delivered in that direction. Marquezani in the back of the opposition. Clever play. The ball forced out to Foley, but the free kick has been awarded.
And this is Ian Sartori, and Sartori hasn't played a bad game. Oh, that's the way to do it. He's gone long, looking for Roach. Up go the hands. Over the back of the pack is Des English, number 27. He's gone for the hand pass out wide and finds Kenny Sheldon. He kicks to centre wing. Big mark. Lee ducks back. Oh, was that a mark? It was a mark or a free kick. The umpire, not sure what he played there, but still Lee's got the ball, and he's been a power of strength. He kicks towards Jess. Jess over the back of the pack. Here's the pace. Oh, great pace by Ablett into the open goal. He goes, Jeffrey Ablett, and it's a goal. First goal to Jeff Ablett, and Richmond have retaliated.
Richmond now 11 goals 9, 75. Carlton 4 goals 8, 32 on 7's big lead.
Thanks, Jack. I had to be a contortionist to get the head down to see that main scoreboard then. It's certainly not in a great position to see the scoreboard, but that was a great goal, and that is the advantage, Jack, of that explosive speed. He gained a couple of metres in no time.
Well, he has plenty of pace, Ablett. Not too many people in the game faster than Ablett. Jeff Ablett, I speak of. Centre bounce once again. Richmond answered very quickly. The goal kicked by Buckley for Carlton. So 76 playing 32. Centre bounce again. Big Jones got the tap down. Rioli couldn't get out. Pack forms up, and we'll see a bounce. It wasn't Rioli once again. It was Matt Wall. As dark chaps down there, a little bit confusing in the dark Guernseys. The ball being put down, still in the centre square where Fitzpatrick and Jones lurk. Big pack around the ball again, which has been the pattern for most of the day. Lee got the tap down. Can't be taken away cleanly. Lee pushed in the back for mine, and the umpire said exactly that. At 15 metres.
Yeah. Lee has dominated the rucks today. So I thought he played well against Big Matt Rendell at Fitzroy, and that's good play to get on with the game too. Long kick up to Roach. Roach goes back. Oh, he nearly took that one too. In goes English. English gets the hand pass in. Curly Austin comes away from half-back. There's that familiar left-hand bounce as he goes towards the centre of the ground, but ducking back and taking an easy mark is Graham Landy.
Graham Landy looking out wide where the leads have been made on the half-forward flank. Big Foley brought the ball to ground, taken by Ian Sartori. He'll be looking for Roach with the long kick. It's a raking kick. Roach in front, and he takes the mark. Good lead, good pass.
Pleasure to watch that sort of football, and good to see a full forward leading up the ground instead of every kick going straight to the goal square in the air. And Roach is a beautiful kick, great mark, and the 3 goals he's kicked, lining up his fourth, and a tremendous pass by Sartori. Ablett looks as though he might have done a hamstring. I think he's come off the ground. There's the kick by Roach, and he's kicked it. 4 goals to Michael Roach after that great pass by Sartori. Coming onto the ground is Egan. Off the ground was Ablett, and I've just got a sneaking suspicion the way he ran off that might have been a hamstring.
Well, for his sake, let's hope it isn't. But the scoreboard has been changed to show 12-9-81 in favour of Richmond, and 4 goals, 8-32 is the Carlton total. The time clock showing 8.5 minutes nearly gone in the third term, and the ball back in the centre now with umpire Nolan.
And Harms has come off the ground for Carlton, and Hartney has come on, and that's fairly surprising, although the doctor and the trainers are looking at Harms, so he's obviously injured.
Carlton to attack, the ball on their half-forward zone. Ashman after it, can't do much with it. Defensive play by Richmond has been good. That could be in the back. The umpire said no, and the ball, Buckley was looking for the free kick, as was Rollings, but neither got it. And the umpire will put the ball down only about 35 to 40 metres out from the Carlton goal. Big thump out, taken by Rollings. 2 Richmond players there, and one is Wiley. Wiley on screen, Marquezani being shepherded away. Good football. Down toward Foley, it travels. He could have played on. In fact, he now thinks about, he's run himself into strife, but he got out of it. He swings back into half-forward, looking for Jess, who slipped as he's about to get set for the mark. The ball comes to turf. Desperate football down there. Players still losing their footing on the turf. It's in toward the centre, and the big fella's in there again. Mark Lee, but he got the ball out. Been forced out, and it's Strawn bringing the ball away. Into attack it comes. Roach leads in toward the pocket. Southby's there. Roach goes the fist. Puts the ball over the boundary line to keep the ball in Richmond's forward pocket position. The throw-in will take place 30 metres out of the, not in front of the Richmond goal, but from the Richmond goal.
And Jack, you'd feel for Southby a bit the way that ball's coming down to Roach. Being a former great fullback yourself, you can see the pressure that Southby is under, and he's trying very, very difficult. Trying very, very hard. That's holding the ball, said the umpire. A bit unfortunate, I thought, then Wall. I thought the ball was pinned to him. Free kick to Southby. He doesn't kick it. He gave the hand pass across to Corcomelis. Finally, it comes back with Dool. Dool kicks towards half-forward. Up they go, over the heads of the pack. In goes Peart, who's playing well. Peart towards the centre of the ground. Sartori and Marquezani. Marquezani's got the pace. Oh, great play. Marquezani, beautiful football over to Perovic. Perovic, a long hand pass. Out it goes to Sheldon. Sheldon's gone the short one, and it's not a good pass, but it comes to Buckley. Oh, Murray's got him. Taken away by Rollings. Playing well. Rollings comes across the face of goal with the right foot. Finds Lee. Lee, well done, Lee. Could have been caught. That's back, and 15-metre penalty.
That was good thinking on Mark Lee's part to stand his ground. He could have kept going, but he decided against it. Good thinking. Fitzpatrick being brought back on the mark. He should penalise him again because he won't come back. Lee going short in toward the centre. The passes toward Foley. Hit him on the chest, but he lost it. Waitman thought of a hand pass. Eventually kicks in the direction of Jess on the half-forward flank. A bad bounce, but it does favour Richmond in one sense. Coming through there was Eager, but he couldn't get the ball out. Close to the boundary line. English gets a hand pass out, but Waitman's there by himself. He looks for Bartlett. Not a good kick, but Bartlett keeps it in play. He's going to have a shot toward goal, and it's going to be close, but he's just missed it. Just missed it. So Richmond gain a point for their efforts there. Good shot by Kevin Bartlett, not the right side of the post. 12-10, 82 is the Richmond score. Carlton 4-8-32. Richmond lead by 50 points on Seven's big lead.
Jeffrey Southby out to Dool. A bit of experience there between those two players. There's Dool to Hartney. Hartney's on half-back flank. He's got a Paddock to run in if he wants to. He kicks long towards half-forward. The lead was there by Hunter, and those great hands of Hunter up. They went hotly pressed by Greg Strawn. 15-metre penalty will bring him probably a little bit too far out to score, but he'll go the short one. He's looking up there for Bazusto. Up he goes. He takes a good mark about 40 metres out from goal.
Haven't improved the angle at all, and haven't improved the distance much either. So
well, they're under so much pressure, Jack. They have to lead to the pockets.
Well, it won't do them much good unless you can kick the goal, of course, because it's a difficult shot. It's going close, but not close enough, and through for one behind. So that's the story there. Busasto, a good mark, but not paid. It was through for a point at the time. So the umpire waving the flag to indicate Carlton have increased their score now to 33 points as opposed to Richmond's 82, and the ball kicked toward the outer side half-back flank. Foley should take more of those marks. Petey gets his hands to it, but doesn't quite complete.
Oh, there's the handball of Waitman. Oh, the ball is knocked on brilliantly, and that is to Rioli. Rioli's gone short to Bartlett, and Bartlett marks 40 metres out from goal, directly in front. And, oh boy, this teamwork of Richmond is very difficult for Carlton to counter at the moment. Kevin Bartlett, in fact, today has kicked 2 goals, and there's plenty of life yet in Kevin Bartlett as far as league football is concerned.
Going to take a fair kick, though. It'll be about 45 metres out from goal. Drop punt. Will it make it? It's made it. Another goal kicked by the champ, Kevin Bartlett. Kicking his 3rd goal, and Richmond improving their position against Carlton on 7's big lead. It's Richmond 13-10-88, Carlton 4-9-33. And Peter McKenna pointing something out.
Yes, I'm just saying that Rioli ran 50 metres down the ground to congratulate Palm, so it must have been Palm who knocked that ball under Rioli with that great team play.
So the team are combining well. Time clock showing 13.5 minutes into the 3rd quarter.
There's big Mark Lee. Once again, he got it down to the ground. It's taken away there by Landy. Or was it Peer? In fact, it was Landy who got it down. Oh, there's Jess trying to get away with the ball. He's been quiet today. He's been hotly pressed there by Bortolotto. Oh, touch of the fumbles by Perovic. Rioli, he's got the ball. Tries to get the hand pass in. Jimmy Jess tries to knock it out. Bortolotto over to Austin. Austin comes through the centre of the ground. He got flattened as he kicked it. That was bad play there by Richmond. And the penalty kick will go right up in front of goal, 30 metres out. And it will be Kenny Hunter will have this shot, I would think.
Well, Carlton, a little bit of an understatement to say Carlton need a goal. Richmond are 13-10 to Carlton 4-9. Hunter the chance to kick Carlton's 5th goal. Carlton have kicked 1 in this quarter, and Hunter trying for the 2nd in the 3rd term. The kick travels on its way. A good-looking kick. The umpire said all clear. Carlton 5 goals 9, 39. Richmond sitting on 88 points on 7th big lead.
As I said, very poor play by Richmond then to flatten the Carlton player as he kicked that ball, and that resulted in a goal. And you just cannot afford to do that in league football. As we see 2 Carlton players charging out of the centre square. Dool was the player eventually, Dool and Sheldon. The bounce will take place. Mark Lee, who has rucked all day against, is that Fitzpatrick or Wal Jones? In fact, it was Wal Jones who was beaten for that one. The ball hits the deck. In they go after it. Johnston's caught with the ball. The umpire said too high. And Wayne Johnston on half-forward flank is a great kick of a football. He's got Buckley and Hunter down there. Now this is danger. Oh, there's a long raking drop punt. Up they go. Almost a mark there to Landy. Grabbed by Busasto. He fires at the goals. Doesn't come back. And that ball is through for 1 behind.
1 more minor score to Carlton. 5 goals 10, 40 points. Richmond still sitting on 80 points, a lead of 48 points. They started the term 43 points in front, so they have increased their lead over Carlton. From the full-back positions, delivered toward the members' wing, and Austin stands his ground against 3 opponents. I thought he may have been paid that mark, and the hand pass comes out to Peart. Peart gets it going in once again. The left foot kick coming off the boot of Wall, up toward Jess. Jess should shoot one up to Rioli, who's making position. He puts it out in front of Rioli. Good thinking, Jimmy Jess. Rioli balks, got caught by Johnston. Shoots it in toward Bartlett. He can't pick it up cleanly yet. He's on the boundary line. Tries to hook it back. Hasn't done so successfully, and it's out of bounds and on the full, so a free kick going the way of Jeff Southby.
I'll tell you what, Kevin Bartlett hasn't lost too much pace over the years. He showed brilliant pace here, and he loves that MCG. Southby towards half-back. Kane, Dool. Jess has flown. Is it a mark? Don't tell me
no, he hasn't played it. They all stopped
that
the mark.
Unbelievable.
The umpire said play on, so the hand pass comes from English to Waston, back to English, down Mark Koo. He's lost possession. Busasto picks up. Long hand pass into the centre. Jones takes it. They have given it to Sheldon, and should have. He kicked the ground. He can kick the ground when you're kicking a punt kick, I'll never know. The ball up towards Foley, pushed in the back, and he will take the free kick, or maybe it may be reversed. Rioli against Pisasto. Pisasto will take the free kick.
Well, I thought that was a ridiculous decision.
The umpire
Ridiculous
said he struck him, Pete. I don't know.
I had a good view of that one. It should not have been paid. Here's the ball on half-forward flank, and the mark has been taken down there by Perovic. And how can you pay that one and not pay the one to Jess previously?
I agree, Jack. I agree. Perovic short passes, Buckley's the target. Picks it up cleanly in the forward pocket, shoots toward goal. That's a great goal. A good goal kicked by Mark Buckley. He kicks his second goal. And on Sevens big lead, Richmond 13-10. Carlton 6 goals 10. And that's the story at the 17.5-minute mark of the third term.
Well, Carlton hanging in there at the moment. I think they were a bit fortunate there in the finish to get that goal, but still it's on the scoreboard. They've got a long way to go. In fact, 7 goals to go. 13-10, the 6-10, Richmond in front and playing particularly well, and a lot of their good players coming from this centre bounce by lead. Let's see who's beaten that time by Jones. In they go after it. It's Dool. Caught without the ball. Should have been a free kick to Dool. The ball comes out wide to Wiley. Here's danger on the left foot. He kicks long. One out, Dool. Roach against Southby. Punched away by Southby. Here's the ever dangerous Kevin Bartlett. Charges after the ball. Could have been a free kick. No, said the umpire. Roach. Back to Jess. Jess has got it. Caught with the ball. Gets the hand pass in over to Kane. Taken away by Southby. Oh, there's Sartori caught with the ball, and the umpire said held to him. 20 metres out from goal. Tremendous desperation there, Jack.
Great desperation shown by all players. The umpire putting the ball down 20 metres out from the Richmond goal. Jones going for the big punch, as did Jess. Taken away and kicked by English up toward the half-back zone for Carlton. It comes to turf. Rioli first on it. Thought he may have gone back with his left foot. Now he will. You can see a lead. It's into the half-forward zone and the mark by Foley. That was a good lead. Good pass too by Rioli. Could possibly test the kicking ability of Foley. He's out about 45 metres, 50 metres possibly, and no goals to his credit. Drop punt on its way. It's not quite on target. I wouldn't think that the umpire said through for 1 behind only. So Richmond get a minus score, but still keep their half-time lead that they had over Carlton, that being 43 points.
Jeff Southby got the big job. He's under a lot of pressure down there against Michael Roach. Kicks towards half-back. No mark. Play on, said the umpire. Here comes Dale Waitman. Let's see what he does with this one. He's gone the pass to Bartlett. A beautiful lead. Into the open goal goes the old champ. It's a goal to Bartlett. That's 4 goals. Great play, Dale Waitman. And Richmond stream further in front. They've moved on to 14-11-95. Carlton remains 6-10-46.
Well, I thought in the first 10 minutes or so of the third quarter, which we're watching, that Carlton was starting to come back a bit, Peter, but then the Richmond players realising that Carlton was starting to improve their game, have fought back tenaciously and have increased their half-time lead now, which was 43 points. They've increased that to 49 points, so Richmond are moving away from Carlton again. Carlton closed the gap to around about the 35-36 point mark, and then Richmond have come back to answer the challenge. So the time clock ticking toward the 20.5-minute mark of the third term. It does appear we've lost the football, but the half-time stats, I'll repeat them for you. Richmond had 48 hand passes to Carlton's 27. In the mark department, Richmond had 34 marks to Carlton's 19. And in the kicking department, Richmond had 106 points to Carlton's 87. And of course, I told you, Richmond led by 43 points at the change.
Mark Lee gets that one down. The ball beats Egan. It's on centre wing. In they go after it. Curly Austin tries to come away with it. The ball was held to him, and umpire Kevin Smith elects to bounce the ball. Kevin Bartlett, of course, on that half-forward line, has kicked 4 great goals and has had 11 kicks. So Kevin has got 8 games to go, including this one for his 400. And I'll tell you what, I think he'll get a few more than 400. Down towards Jess goes that kick. Jess ducks back, can't take the mark. Grabbed by English. He kicks towards the half-forward line. Out come that strong Richmond defence again. It's Matthew Wall. Out wide, he's got a loose man there in Ian Sartori. Close to the boundary line. Oh, the ball doesn't sit for him, but now it does. It bounces straight through Perovic. The kick comes. There's Bartlett again. Can't take the mark. Oh, he's caught with the ball, English. Taken away by Southby. Towards the centre of the ground, it's all Richmond. And going back and taking an easy mark is David Palm.
He's looking for the lead, too, on the half-forward flank for Richmond, but Dool's coming in to do the spoiling. The fist goes in, the ball's to turf. Would have been a free kick for Holly the man. The umpire called play on. Austin moves the ball, but Rawlings is there on the wing position. Rawlings tagging Ashman, evidently for the whole match. Rawlings in toward the centre. Pass doesn't quite carry to Rioli, who got into the back of Corcomelis, so if the mark wasn't paid, the free kick would have been. Corcomelis looking down to the half-forward line, but Buckley's leading out wide toward the flank. The kick doesn't quite get to that direction. It comes to Turf. Palm taps it in toward Wiley. Wiley hand passes straight to Dool. Dool trapped, caught, and play on's the call. Wiley picks up, goes in short to Foley. Foley can go to the open goal. He straightens up, lets one fly, but he's way off target, and it hit the behind post, so it's out of bounds on the full.
Oh, very clever play by Wiley. A short 15-20 metre pass, that one was off the side of the boot to Foley, and Foley should have kicked that goal. Jackie had plenty of time and a straight kick at the goals. That's a 15-metre penalty against Jimmy Jess. Jeffrey Southby about to play on. Onto the left foot he goes, right in front of the Melbourne member stand. The kick comes out wide to Sheldon, close to the boundary line. In fact, I think he ran over the line with it. He did. And the umpire might pay a free kick here against David Palm. He will. And it will go to Sheldon. So silly play by Palm up towards Peart. Peart over the back. Now it's Big Mark Lee. In he goes after it again. Lee hustles the ball out. They dive on top of it, and the umpire, this is umpire Nolan, will come in and bounce the ball almost on centre wing.
The 23-minute mark is behind us now in the third term, and Richmond hanging on to a very good lead, 95 points, playing 46. Centre bounce on the wing position. Lee got the tap out. Sheldon got a small kick out of the pack. It comes toward Peart. He can't get to it before it runs out of bounds. So another throw-in taking place. It's on Carlton's half-forward flank now on the members' side of the ground. Very good crowd in attendance, I would say about 50,000, and they have been enjoying the type of football being played, even though they may be barracking for Carlton.
I can't get over the absence of the Carlton small men today. Ashman has been, as you said, Jack, has been tagged by Rawlings. Rawlings is playing in the back pocket at the moment and following Ashman onto the ball, playing a very disciplined game. Marcoux has been quiet. Sheldon has done a few nice things, but generally has been pretty quiet. And the Richmond Rovers have been very dominant. Here's Curly Austin, half forward, ducks back, right foot, looking for Ashman. Here's his chance. Oh, he's dropped it. In goes, oh, boy, you're kidding.
Well, there have been a few funny decisions in the marking department this afternoon. So it's up to you people watching Sevens replay to work them out for yourself. Ashman awarded that mark when I don't think anyone here really believed he held it. And he's missed the shot. So he didn't miss it by much, but only one behind. Carlton 6-11-47, Richmond 14-11-95 on Sevens Big League. And we see Marquezani coming on the ground for Perovic in the interchange system.
Well, Val Perovic's had a dreadful day, Jack. The ball's run between his legs, he's fumbled, and certainly he'll try and forget this game. Lee has been a tremendous player for Richmond. Gets the hand pass into Wiley, who's also been a star. He kicks towards half forward. Dool is there, punches the ball about 30 metres back towards Hunter. Hunter is the player that might be able to lift them. It's a bad hand pass, though, as Richmond in the centre through Sartori, who's playing well. Look at that pass. He's looking for Bartlett. Over the back was Bortolotto. Taken away by Hartney. Kicks right out towards half-back flank, but it's all Richmond waiting for it. Kane, the Foley. Foley, oh, he's tried to get around. Caught with the ball. Is that play on? It is. Set down
blown the whistle.
Grabbed by Rioli. Back it comes towards Waitman. Waitman threads his way through the pack. Over it goes. Back to Waitman. Oh, Waitman was grabbed high. Play on, said the umpire. Hartney on the right foot hooks it back. It's taken there by Morris Rioli. He fires at the goals. Jimmy Jess from behind.
Roach.
Michael Roach. 10 metres out. Directly in front. Has kicked 4 goals, and this will be number 5, I would think, because he's directly in front.
I told you earlier, but in the opening game of season 1983, Carlton kicked 20 goals, 16, 136 against Richmond. Richmond kicked 11-10-76. Carlton won that game by 60 points, and I suppose the Richmond players are keeping that game in mind. As Roach pops another goal through for Richmond, scoreboard changes to show it's 15 goals 11, 101 to 6 goals 11, 47 in Richmond's favour, and that is a difference of 9 goals.
Well, I can't believe this is the same Richmond side that we've seen in the first half of the season, Jack, when they've certainly struggled. But as we said before, we saw signs of Richmond coming back last week against Fitzroy when they played Roach, of course, has made a big difference to have him up in front of goals, someone to kick the ball to, although Jess has been playing well at full forward in recent weeks, but it means that you can play Jess elsewhere where he contests all the time. But Roach, 5 goals against Jeff Southby, and I feel a bit sorry for Southby because they've been punching that ball down at a tremendous pace to Roach.
That they have, Peter, I'm sorry. They've been shooting in very often, but Bartlett's been a bit of a worry for them too, roaming the packs very well. Now here's a chance for Mark Koo to get the ball out of the centre for Carlton toward Ashman. Rolling's doing his job well, worrying Ashman out of possession, and that he's done. Piatt picks up cleanly, thought of a hand pass, changes his mind, breaks away from the opposition and drives the ball in toward the centre half forward area where Foley had the front berth. It's been tapped away towards Austin. Waitman giving chase. Austin will carry the ball over the boundary line, and we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place on the half-forward flank for Richmond.
And very experienced play by Curley there as he ran straight to the boundary line. He knew there was a couple of Richmond blokes hot in his hammer. There's Jones getting it out. Taken away brilliantly by Dooley. He's gone short, looking there for Johnston. And Johnston marks on centre wing in front of Neil Piatt.
Hasn't got much to kick to. They're very immobile down there, the half-forward line, Peter.
There's the kick from Johnston. Lee. Up he goes. Oh, boy. I don't know. Don't know about this marking definition. There's the left foot coming right out wide to Sartori, who's playing a great game for Richmond. Onto the left foot he goes. He's got the loose man, the long left foot out there. He was looking there for Rioli. Mike Fitzpatrick lumbers after the ball. Oh, he's kicked it off the ground, straight to the boundary line and out of bounds.
Didn't need much more on the kick to go out on the full. It would have been a free kick Richmond's way that had that happened, but now we'll see a boundary throw-in taking place. Fitzpatrick opposing Foley, who tried to hook the ball in, couldn't do so successfully. Dool caught in possession. The umpire said that, and he has paid the penalty of holding the ball.
And I notice you haven't mixed up Foley and Lee today, Jack.
No, I did down at
look,
Fitzroy.
oh boy, they look alike, those two players. And Foley doing, when he does the ruck work, you would swear it was Lee up on that forward line. Punched away by Southby. There's Waitman, has the ball smothered. Through comes Mario Bortolotto onto the right foot. He kicks it out wide. He's looking there for Bazusto, who's been very quiet. Landy, cleverly gets it back. This is Ditchburn now back on the ground. Hand pass into Bazusto. Landy charges after him. Back it comes to Ditchburn. Another hand pass to Corcomelis. He lines up the goals. He fires, and this could be a goal. It is. Great play by Carlton. A good goal there. Kicked by Spiro Corcomelis.
Scoreboard showing on Sevens Big League. Richmond 15-11, 101. Carlton 7-11, 53, and the time clock 29.5 minutes into the third term. Back
to the centre of the ground, and let's see. Yes, Lee lumbering towards the centre circle. He has rucked all day. A lion-hearted performance by Mark Lee. This time he'll be against Mike Fitzpatrick. And let's see how this one comes out. Lee has been well on top. Fitzpatrick actually got that one, gets it out. There's Wiley trapping the ball. In goes Corcomelis. He gets it out looking for Marcassani. Bazusto, as I said, a quiet player. In they go after the ball. Mervyn Kane pounces on it, and umpire Nolan will come in and bounce the ball.
Bounce taking place only a few metres on the Carlton side of the centre line. Being put down now by umpire Nolan as Fitzpatrick comes in to do battle with Lee. Lee held the front berth. The tap came to Wiley. Wiley gets it down to the half-forward zone where Bortolotto comes after it. Bartlett in hot pursuit. Bartlett chipped in between two of them. Took it away. Bartlett pushed in the back, and that will be the free kick.
Oh, boy. Look at Jimmy Jess on his own. He should be kicking it now.
A bit late.
Oh, a bit late. Yes, he was covered in the finish. Here's Foley and Dool. Up goes Foley. Has the ball punched away from him. English traps the ball on half-back. Gets it back, looking there for Ditchburn. Up goes Lee, thumps the ball about 10 metres towards the boundary line. Grabbed by Marku. Left foot towards half-forward. Up goes Hunter. Can't take the mark. Strawn to Marku. Marku on the left foot. He's looking down there for Mark Buckley. Won't make him. Up goes Hunter. Can't take the mark. And here comes Landy with a hand pass. Knocked away by Strawn. There's the siren to win the third quarter here at the MCG. Richmond playing particularly well. 15-11, 101 to Carlton, 7-11, 53.
Yeah. Footscray in front of Geelong. See that, Jack? 8-9-8-5. Yeah.
Oh. Marcello's going to play his 250th game without getting a run, I think.
Oh, they'll bring him on later. Final term at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Richmond are leading Carlton by 48 points. It's 8 goals, and Lee taps it down to Wiley, and Richmond go forward again as the Seagulls vacate the oval. Waitman goes in to pick up the ball in the forward pocket. The hand pass comes in, and it's Roach trying to get a hand pass away. Couldn't do so successfully. The ball picked up by English, but kicked straight out of bounds, and it will be a Richmond free kick over on the half or deep in the forward pocket.
I don't think it's Carlton's day, Jack. They can't do a thing right. Their little men have been well controlled. Rawlings has played a great game playing on Rod Ashman. In fact, how many kicks is that between the three little blokes? Toward three-quarter time, 23 kicks between Sheldon, Marku, and of course Ashman. Here's the ball being delivered towards full forward. Roach is from behind, and that could be a mark to Fitzpatrick. It's not pay. Grabbed there off the pack by English towards the half-back line. The ball is thumped away, but the umpire's picked out a free kick. And I suppose Austin would be one of their better players. He certainly hasn't let them down today.
No, Rod Austin doing quite well, going for a kick up toward the wing position on the outer side, where you see jockeying for position. Hunter was one of them, but Mark Lee's played a great game of football. He's just about controlled the bouncing department. The hit outs, the kick by Lee down toward the forward pocket. Pack fly high, but the ball comes to Turk. Johnson picks up, got out of trouble with a hand pass, and Corker-Mealis looked for English but missed him. Here comes Rioli. Rioli balked out of trouble. Gazusto's tackle not quite strong enough. Oh, good football. It's coming through as Mario Bordelotto. He's taking the ball away to the half-forward zone. He's caught in possession and holding the ball as a decision.
Yes, and it'll be 15 metres too. A great tackle by Maurice Rioli, and he can certainly do that. Over he goes to Rawlings. Here's a left foot kick by Rawlings. He's gone down looking for Roach. Roach against 3 Carlton players. The ball hits the deck. Going in after it is a little champ, Kevin Bartlett, who has kicked 4 goals so far in this match. The umpire's found a free kick, and it will go to Des English. I think the umpire indicated that there was a trip.
He said Bartlett tried to kick the ball, dangerous kicking, so Corker-Mealis gets the boot into the ball up high to the half-forward zone for Carlton. Chance for Peart, he's caught. Hand pass comes out, a chance for Palm. Palm in trouble. If he can't break the tackle, he does though. He steadies now, gets himself balanced, but a poor kick shoots the ball into the forward pocket, where Roach takes over, where Bartlett should have been doing the roving. Roach's hand passes toward Bartlett, in trouble though, and Hartley puts Bartlett down. Tackle by Wiley against Hartley, and the umpire said holding the ball. Or the tackle too high, really.
Well, Kevin Bartlett got hit very, very hard there, but it was a solid hip and shoulder bump.
Well, that was English, not Hartley.
Yes, English from the back pocket, kicked straight into the hands of Maurice Rioli, 30 metres out, directly in front, and behind the play, Kevin Bartlett still in the hands of the trainers.
That pass by English was very dangerous football. He brought it from the back pocket and went in toward the centre-half forward position. In a position shorter than half forward for Richmond, and Rioli chipped in to take the mark.
Been a good player today too, Maurice Rioli.
I think he'll cap this one off with a goal. Another Richmond goal. So Richmond taking over here, or if they hadn't already done that. Richmond 16-11, 107, Carlton 7-11, 53 on Sevens big lead.
And one of the big problems, there's Kevin Bartlett. Good to see that he was probably a little bit winded there. There's his opponent, Des English. Very strong build of a player, English. But Carlton's big problems have been up forward, where they have every forward has been completely beaten by the Richmond defence. They've interchanged players up there, but it's been to no avail as the Richmond players have played tight and hard, come out of attack with their long kicking game. And Roach has kicked 5 goals up at full forward, and Kevin Bartlett 4 on the flank.
Lion-hearted Lee was beaten by Fitzpatrick, but Rioli chips in, shoots the ball toward Bartlett, and it's Bartlett's mark.
Get out of the way, Dale, said Kevin.
Yes, well, the ball was delivered that way. There were both Waitman and Bartlett there. Bartlett has kicked 4 goals, and this position's only about 35 to 40 metres out, and Kevin Bartlett knows where the goals are on any ground, and particularly the MCG. Bartlett is studying concentration, years of experience behind him in many games, but this time the kick was off target and he has only brought up 1 behind. In the opening game of the season, in round one. Carlton 20 goals, 16, 136 defeated Richmond, who kicked 11-10-76. That was a victory of 10 goals, but it appears today that Richmond have remembered that game vividly and they put everything into this one.
Great tackle by Matt Wall. Now that would be, Matt Wall today has done 3 or 4 tackles that have been tremendous team play for the Richmond side. Now, Matt Wall is a great kick of a football, Jack, and I wouldn't be surprised if he made the distance from there.
I thought he might have been better suited to get the ball in quickly because Roach and Southey were 2 out down there, but Wall's going to take the shot at goal, which doesn't quite get in, and the disputed mark. Whose is it? The umpire has paid the man in front.
Southby, no doubt.
Southby's mark.
Yes, in the middle of the pack, no doubt the crowd are hooting, but Jeffrey Southby had his name written all over that one. He kicks towards the half-back line. Oh, Marcassani gets away with great pace. I thought he was going to be caught there. He kicks towards the centre of the ground, and Rod Ashman, who has been very well held today by Barry Rowlings, on the left foot, kicks out there looking for Austin. But look at that, Jack. No method in attack. They're going to the flanks because they've been under great pressure up forward.
He nearly kicked that ball directly across the ground. Didn't gain much distance at all toward goal. Boundary throw in. Fitzpatrick and Lee. Lee trying to hold Fitzpatrick out. Fitzpatrick got the tap. Bazasto's kick ineffective. It's kicked off the ground to Johnston. The left foot kick comes back overhead and the man to stand. Oh, that could have been a free kick too. And the umpire's call play on. Carlton a chance to come forward now, but Palm is going to chop the Carlton attack off. He puts the ball down toward the wing position on the outer side where a good mark has been paid to Wayne Johnston.
Yes, a good mark. Poor old Morris Rioli had Marcassani and Johnston against him there, and Wayne Johnston, who has been one of Carlton's better players today. On the left foot, he kicks towards half forward. Jimmy Jess is behind, flies, can't take the mark, and the umpire has picked out a free kick. It will go to Bazasto, who's been a very quiet player. How many kicks is that? Kevin O'Neill, our statistician, 6 kicks up towards the forward line. The ball is thumped away, and that was by Strawn towards the boundary line. Over the line it goes and out of bounds. We've been playing 6.5 minutes into the final quarter.
Carlton in attack. They're trailing badly. 108 to 53, a lead of 55 points being enjoyed by Richmond. Ditchburn couldn't get a hand pass out. Another chance for Bazasto, can't pick up cleanly. Ashman goes in, tries to keep the ball in front of him. He got it out eventually, but it's been taken away by Egan of Richmond, who kicks high toward the centre of the ground. Foley used his body, couldn't quite hold the mark. Doole's kick ineffective. Rioli has the bounce speed in there. Hand pass comes to Hartley. Hartley gets it moving to the half-forward zone. They fly high, but the ball hits the turf again. Indecision there, but Corcomelis has won possession. Kicks in toward the forward pocket. The bounce didn't favour Buckley, and now we see the ball run out of bounds, and we'll see another throw-in taking place in Carlton's forward pocket. We've been playing 7.5 minutes of the final term. The game being played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Richmond 16-12 to Carlton 7-11.
There's the ball, attempted kick off the ground. That was by Strawn. Out it comes to Sheldon from a knock on. He snaps at the goals, Kenny Sheldon. That is a goal, second goal for the Blues, kicked by Ken Sheldon. Maybe that'll lift the Carlton side, give them a bit of heart, although the task of winning this game is pretty difficult. 15 goals, that's 16 goals, 12 in fact. Richmond to Carlton, 8 goals, 11.
The difference in the score being 8 goals won in favour of Richmond. They've held sway all day. They led by 23 points at the first change after kicking 5-5 to Carlton's 1 goal 6. Richmond kicked 5-4 in the second term to Carlton's 2 goals 2. And in the third term, Richmond kicked 5-2 to Carlton's 4 goals 3. So they led by 23, 43 and 48 points at the respective changes.
Back in the centre of the ground, coming through is Mervyn Kane. He couldn't get away with it. Now it's Bruce Doole, but the umpire Nolan says it's my ball, and he'll bounce it almost in that centre circle once again.
Lee opposing Fitzpatrick again. Fitzpatrick brought the ball down, hurried out of the pack. Looked like Austin got it moving, but a free kick going Carlton's way, and that will be played upfield to be taken by Ken Hunter. Hunter hasn't played a dominant part in Carlton's performance today, Peter. He's had 11 kicks, so the ball being moved to Buckley, who takes the mark about 40 metres out from goal.
Well, that's one of the few times the Carlton showed any semblance of teamwork up on their forward line. A good lead by Buckley. He's tried very hard today. He was being moved to full forward. He was well held by Strawn at centre half forward, but he's looked better at full forward. Here's Buckley on the left foot, fires at the goals. This is, it's a mark, and that is by Hunter right on the line, but he will be taken round. If you line up at the centre of the goals, he will be on a very acute angle for a left footer.
Yeah, will he ever, for any foot. It'd be very difficult to kick from there. I think he's looking for short. He's going to try and bend the shot. He's kicked it. I think, yes, it's a goal. Kicked by Kenny Hunter. Very good goal indeed. He kicks his second goal, but Carlton need a lot more yet. Richmond 16-12, 108. Carlton 9-11, 65.
Good goal kicked by Ken Hunter there, and you must never leave that player alone for a moment, because he's got a great pair of hands, and probably the Richmond defence on that occasion just relaxed a little bit, thinking that ball was going to go through for a behind, but up with the very strong hands of Hunter to pull that one in, and a very good angled goal. Here's Lee. Oh, the bounce doesn't favour him, but he ducks back. It's Johnston on the left foot. He kicks it down. He's looking there for Buckley, who charged out after it. Going there is Strawn towards the pocket. He'll run it towards the boundary line and over the line and out of bounds.
Player down out there. He was sort of steamrolled by one of the Carlton players, picking himself up. Can't quite pick up who it is out there, but he's picking himself up now, and it's Richard Murray. He got stood on, I think, by the Carlton. There he is there in the hands of the trainers, looking a little bit groggy. The umpire about to bring the ball back into play now. Tap to the side. Buzusto can't get to it. Another boundary throw-in will take place. Time clock approaching the 11-minute mark of this, the final term at the MCG, the game between Richmond and Carlton.
Look at Landy on the screen there, picking up Buzusto. He has worn him like a glove today, and Lee once again wins the ruck duels. Out it goes towards Landy, the player I was talking about, to Neil Peart, who's been a star at centre-half back. A beautiful long kick finds Sartori, who has also played well. Sartori looks for the handball. Now he elects to sprint away from Bortolotto, and he kicks right to the outer side of the ground where Bartlett is waiting for it. Can't take the mark. Rioli's there. Taken away by Wayne Johnston. He finds Marcassani on centre wing. He's got the run at the ball as he gives it out to Marcoux. Marcoux kicks long. He's looking down there to Mark Buckley, who's got the city. Flies almost to mark. Play on, said the umpire. Strawn takes it through, and Landy lends a hand to take it through for behind. But I don't really think he marked it, Jack. He didn't quite hold it long enough.
There have been a few doubtful decisions in the marking department this afternoon. That's why the crowd was going mad on that occasion. But I do agree with the umpire on that one, that Buckley didn't hold the ball long enough to be awarded the mark. Nor did anyone in that encounter. So the hand pass comes out. Richmond looking good again. Looks like Foley putting the ball out toward the wasn't a good kick, picked up by Johnson. The kick comes to the half-forward zone for Carlton, but Palm is going to tackle a bit high. The umpire called play on. Rawlings takes it away and kicks it out wide to the half-forward flank on the outer side, where Austin's hot pursuit after the ball. No one backing him up, really. He's got to do it all by himself, and he does it very well indeed.
Here it is, back with Johnston, who's getting a million kicks at the moment. He kicks down towards half-forward. Oh, courageous effort there by Graham Landy to wait under that pack. He copped it in the back, and oh boy, he'll be sore tonight. There's Matthew Wall getting it out to Palm, who is a greatly improved player. Palm, a 60-metre drop punt, looking towards half-forward, but the mark has been taken by Bruce Dool.
Bruce Dool playing on from the half-back position. Well, had a chance to play on. The umpire's whistled him back. He has played on now, and it's been taken by Corker-Mealis, who puts it up high. Strawn under the ball, can't yet take the mark. Yes, second grab has been paid. I thought Hunter may have had the first touch at that, but the umpire said not. So Strawn goes in short. Waitman dives, can't take the mark. English is there. Fitzpatrick caught. Good tackle. Play on's the call. English gets the ball clear with a kick toward the middle of the ground. Once again, taken by Palm. He goes down. Wiley's the target. Had a good mark. Wiley played on, and he was caught, but may have been pushing the back. Yes.
I think that the fact that the umpire paid in the back, I think he must have said he did play on, Jack, because otherwise he would have paid the mark. So a little bit lucky to Robert Wiley there, because he
played on all right.
He was certainly off. Now this is only 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. He's already kicked one goal, Robert Wiley, but he has played a great game for the Tigers. He fires at the goals with a drop punt. It's swinging back, but it is just offline and through for one behind.
Score being changed to show Richmond 16-13, Carlton 9 goals 12. Southby decides to go short to the outer side. It was good thinking in one sense, because he had the player coming down in Marcassani to take the mark. He plays on now, driving the ball in toward the centre of the ground where Hunter sets himself. It may be a bit high for Hunter. No mark taken. Oh, nearly a throw for mine. Marcoux got a hand pass to Ashman. Ashman caught at the last moment. The shot's on target. Just off target. Just got through the wrong side of the goalpost.
And once again, you saw the pressure put on that was David Palm putting the pressure on Ashman there, and that's why they've had no a lot of problems up forward getting steady shots at goal because of this great pressure put on by that Richmond defence.
Richmond lead by 7 goals over Carlton. The time clock toward the 14.5-minute mark of the final term.
Des English has been a real trier for the Blues today. Taken by Bazzasto off the pack. Left foot into the open goal, and he has... Yes, he's kicked it. First goal of the game there for Peter Bazzasto. And the Blues, a belated goal there. They have moved on to 10 goals, 13, 73. Richmond, 16 goals, 13, 109.
Well, Carlton have been known for their great bursts of football in a quarter. The time clock exactly 15 minutes into the final term now. Carlton trailing by 6 goals. Is it beyond them? Let's wait and find out. Centre bounce. Lee. Fitzpatrick won it. Kane couldn't take it. Corker-Mealis did. Short kick finds Marcoux. He goes towards Sheldon. Can't take it cleanly. At the half-back position for Richmond. Landy picks up. Gets back on the kicking foot. Goes short. Finds Rioli. He plays on very quickly. Drives into the open spaces. Bartlett leads. Won't quite make the flight of it. Bounces badly. Oh, thrown. The umpire called play on. The ball is on the wing position with Sartori. Sartori will look for Roach, I feel. It's delivered high. Jess is there. No, neither player takes the mark. It's on the turf. Waitman looking for the free kick. The umpire said he was held. Only repeat.
Very lucky. It's Dale Waitman. He used his body beautifully. I thought it was a bit ticky touch, but I thought it should have been called play on. But still, Waitman has got this kick.
And while he's doing that, Corker-Mealis limps off the ground for Perovic to come back on.
And there's a Richmond player on the ground. We'll pick him up in a minute behind the player who is injured. There's Waitman, shot a goal, and it is a goal. First goal kicked by Dale Waitman, and the Tigers moved up a little bit further in front. 17-13, 115 to Carlton, 10-13, 73.
Well, the player on the ground, it may be Sartori, Peter, who kicked the ball downfield earlier in that last passage of play. Looks like he may have injured a knee or some such thing. A stretcher coming out for him. Now that stretcher being carried out from the players' race now. The umpires will stop play until the injured player is off the ground. We see Alan Martello about to come on the ground, and Alan today, Big Al, is playing his 250th game with Richmond.
Great effort, Jack.
It is a great effort. He's only played 30 games with the Tigers. The others, of course, he has played with Hawthorn. But there, on the stretcher, pretty sure it's Ian Sartori. Can't quite pick him up. The way the doctor's holding that left knee, it does appear as though he's damaged he damaged the left knee. Just to what extent, I don't know. He gets applause from the crowd here, the Richmond fans, and from all fans as he leaves the ground. He's played a good game today for Richmond, and it's bad luck to see him leave the ground in such a way. So as he leaves and is taken up the race to get treatment in the rooms, the game will now get underway again. Ball thumped away from the centre to Johnston. He kicks high. Palm opposing Hunter. Neither take the mark. Palm being held. Plays on quickly. Hand passes very quickly. Out to Egan.
There's Philip Egan on the right foot towards half forward. Punched away by Bruce Dool, who's playing very closely at the moment on Foley. Grabbed out there by Kane. Kane looking over there for Egan. Through comes Matthew Wall. A long hand pass over there to Jess. Jess will go for the great long kick. It's a booming drop punt. Back goes Michael Roach, punched away, over the line it goes, and out of bounds.
Big kick by Jimmy Jess to bring the Richmond team forward on that occasion. 18 minutes into the final term. Richmond in attack. Very open passage of football here. Not so many players around the ball. Roach opposes Fitzpatrick. Got the tap. Taken by Johnston. He goes wide and deep into the back pocket area. Mark Mazzani pushed Kane in the back, but the umpire said there will be a boundary throw-in taking place in a position which is deep in the forward pocket, halfway between, I suppose, the pocket and the flank position.
Foley to do the ruck work on that half-forward line against Mike Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick got it down. That was Kane getting it back towards Dool. Sheldon on the right foot towards centre wing, where the mark has been taken by Ditzburn. Ditzburn across to Curly Austin. He's bouncing with that left hand. It's a right foot kick, but he kicks it eventually on the left, straight out of bounds on the full. So it is not Carlton's day.
Well, the scoreboard says that. 17-13 to 10-13. Richmond lead Carlton by 7 goals, 19 minutes into the final term. And from the half-back line, the kick will be taken by Strawn, going up to the half-forward zone nearly. Everyone missed that ball in turn. It's racing toward the boundary line, but it could be Hartley getting there first. A hand pass toward Marku. Oh, taken away. Good football.
Matthew Wall, that was over to Rioli. He's gone the short one to Waitman. Waitman 30 metres out, stabs at the goal, swinging back, and it is a goal. Great play by the Tigers. 2 goals to Dale Waitman, and Richmond kicked their 18th. 18 goals, 13, 121 to Carlton, 10-13, 73.
Well, I did mention in the opening game of season 83, Carlton defeated Richmond by 10 goals. At present, Richmond are 8 goals in front of Carlton, so they look like getting their own back today, Peter. They may not win by 10 goals, but it's going to be a very sound defeat for Carlton as the time clock is now 20 minutes into the final term. Lee. Not really much decision from that. Carlton go forward. Martello's there, but the ball eludes him. It didn't bounce kindly. Chance for Buckley to snap at goal. It's on target. I think it's swinging in. The umpire said it's through. So a good snap by Mark Buckley for his 3rd goal. And Carlton come back. That's 6 points. Oh, I won't say closer because it's 18-13, 121 to 11-13, 79. Richmond leading on Sevens Big League.
Good, very good goal too by Mark Buckley, and he's been quite impressive since going to full forward. He was down at centre half forward. He was well beaten out there by Strawn. Since he moved to full forward and Ditchburn's come up, Ditchburn actually went off the ground. Now he's